Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's Friday once again and we're going to break out some cast iron. Now, last Friday we done a burger. I posted it up there and got quite a few comments on it and suggestions. You want to try something a little different on this one. It's going to be basically the same, but we're going to change up. We'll probably make actually two different styles of burgers here. They're both going to be mashed out. We'll change the toppings up on them a little bit and make one more of a, we're going to leave the salad off the top of the burger. Let's just call it that. What we got here, we got our buns. This time we're going to toast them. Got our butter, got our American cheese, onion and tomato. We got pickles, paprika, we got bacon. We're going to do the bacon two different ways. And I've got all this stuff out right here because if you watch last week's video, and I'm going to make another round of it, this time I've got the dill pickles, so I'm going to use just a dab of pickle juice in there, which I was lacking last week in the sauce that I made. I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. And we got this. We caught a sale a few weeks back on 80/20. Bought a big old pack of it and went ahead and separated it into a couple of patty packages, some a little larger than others, and we went ahead and used the vacuum sealer and sealed it up. So I've got these out and thawed them out. They're not very old. Like I said, we just caught this a few weeks ago, so we split them up into separates. Anyway, we're going to go ahead, and I guess the first thing we're going to do is going to mix this sauce up. That way we can put it in the refrigerator, let it get good and cold by the time we get everything else done. Then we're going to slice up the tomato. We're going to slice up the onion really, really thin, because what we're going to do is use one of these cast iron pans, and we're going to cook the onion in a little bit of butter and kind of caramelize it, get it down, because it's going to make part of our topping for the burger. Now, all this is nothing brand new. You know, a lot of people out there on the internet use this, and I do. I took what they did and I add a thing or two to kind of make it, to change the taste a little bit for the way that I like it. So let's go ahead and get some of this stuff put up, and we're going to go ahead and make this sauce. Took a little bit of heat last week in the suggestion section for not measuring. So like I said in the last time, I don't really measure anything. So we're going to do it a little different this time. We're going to use about that much mayonnaise. The spicy brown mustard. Now, we're just making a small amount. Keep in mind, I'm just doing two burgers here. So if you're just doing a lot, you'd have to use a lot more. Make sure I got that shook up. Spicy brown mustard. Okay. Get this in film, in the frame. I will butcher this word, but paprika, I believe is how you pronounce it. A little bit of that. Get the pickles open. Clean spoon. A little bit of pickle juice. Like I said, I was lacking this last week, so forgive me for that. It's got what we need right there. Now, the one ingredient that I add, it's a little different from the ones I've seen on TV. Like I said, shake it up. I always put a little bit of A1. Now, this is where it gets tricky, because this stuff comes out like nobody's business. That's about enough of that. Yeah, I have to admit, it looks a whole lot like Thousand Island. Tastes a whole lot different. The A1, the paprika, the spicy brown mustard, and then the pickle juice, it really gives it a unique flavor. So I'm going to throw this in the refrigerator just like it is. Let it get good and cool while we're working on the burgers. I tell you what I'm going to do on this one. I've done it once before and it turned out pretty good. I'm going to take a few of those dill pickle chips. I'm going to dice them up real fine and put them in here. We're going to mix that in with, I'm not going to go with many of them because we're going to have pickles on the burger later. But I'm going to add that to the sauce. I didn't do it last time because I didn't have them, or the juice. But this time I'm going to dice a few up and put it in there. Let me show you that. Alright, I skipped showing you the dicing process because, I mean, maybe no use wasting time on that. Just rake those right off down in there. Like I said, this will give this stuff just a little bit different flavor. Mixes up just like that. Now, we're going to call it quits on this and put it in the refrigerator. So, we're going to get to preparing the onion and the tomato. Now I want the onions thin. And if you don't have one of these, I recommend getting one. This one may not be the best one on the market, but for what I'm going to do, I want these onions thin. With these slices of onions, I want to do these to put in the pan to fry up a little bit, caramelize for a top, and then I'm going to slice the rest of it just to have slices. Keep your fingers out of the way. I'm sure many of you out there has used one of these. They're no secret, but sure does make a nicer cut. Now I'm going to stop right there. The rest of this I'm going to do another way, but I just want to show you. This is how thin we want these. If you can see this on camera, we want these things thin. So there's the onion. I'm going to go ahead and get them started, let them do their thing. And we're going to slice the rest of it up and put over here with the tomato for the other topping. Bacon. We are going to do the bacon two different ways. We are going to dice some of it into cubes, little small pieces, and then we're going to fry some of it in strips about probably that long, that way we could crisscross at the top of the burger. Some people like it one way, some like it another. We're doing both on this one, so let's go ahead and get the bacon open and get it in the pan. Alright, we got the slabs of bacon frying. We haven't got the diced bacon on yet. When I made a comment earlier about frying the onions and letting them caramelize in some butter, I didn't exactly mean a whole stick. I meant just a little bit of butter, and then here in a few minutes we might add some water and let them melt on down. Or the other thing, we want them thin. We want them kind of dug up. We want them to start getting pretty almost see-through. Anybody's done this before or fool with onions, I mean, you've done this. It's no secret to it either. So we're going to let them do their thing for just a minute, and we're going to let this bacon fry while we get our patties ready. Alright, quick shot of the bacon doing its thing, quick shot of the onions. See, they're starting to come around, caramelize, they're getting lighter. If I could get them in focus, I do apologize for that. So we're going to leave them alone, turn them down just a little. The bacon, we'll turn it down just a little. Now we're going to go ahead and get these patties seasoned. Now, I've got them rolled out here. No, I didn't measure them. I don't fool with that. We'll go ahead and get these. See if I can get them turned around a little more in focus. These two down here on this end, my wife doesn't like much seasoning, so those are hers. These others, however, is going to get some of the Cosmos Q SPG rub. Dry rub, dry rub seasoning. We're going to go ahead and put this stuff on there and be generous with it. These burgers will be mashed out, these rolls will be mashed out into patties here a little later than we want to. These have got SPG, Cosmos Q SPG on them. These two here, the only thing we're going to do is some black pepper. She don't want salt added or anything to hers, so just some pepper, and there we go. Now we're going to get these things in the pan and see what we can do with them. Alright, we got the bacon going. We got this little bowl right here we're going to use to toast the buns. I wish I had a griddle outside, but I don't yet, so we're going to toast the buns one at a time in that. We're fixing to get these patties in on here. You know what? No, we're not for just a minute. I forgot to turn the pan on. If you can see the onions in that shot right there, let me get the camera. We got the onions the way we want them. They're done. The eye's turned off now. The pan is up here on the edge to let it cool. This is all the onions we wanted. Like I said, we just want this kind for one burger, so that's all I needed to fix. Now that we got the pan getting hot, we're ready to put these burgers on. Probably put 3 at a time in there, because by the time you mash them out, it takes up quite a bit of the room. We're going to let them sit just like that for a little while. It gets a pretty good crust on the bottom. Hope y'all can see that. Let's bring it over here. There we go. Pretty good angle. There. We're going to let them sit just like this for a few minutes. I've got the, it's on 5. We want to heat this cast iron slow and cool it slow. If you've never fooled with it, you've got to, because like any other type of metal, you don't want to warp it. Warp, bend, warp it, I don't know, everyone hates to say it, warp. You don't want a rounded bottom pan because it ain't no good. Alright, they've been there for like almost a minute, so we're going to go ahead. We'll go ahead and mash these things down pretty doggone thin. We'll make some pretty good sized patties. And it won't take these things long to cook. You'll see all the juices and stuff coming up through the center. We want a nice crust around the edge right here. We're just going to leave that patty alone. This skillet just about ain't big enough to get through. We're going to do it. This is 80-20. Alright, if y'all can see this right here, these patties are ready to turn over. Getting a pretty nice brown. It could have maybe stood a few more seconds, but we're going to go ahead and turn these things. Turn the heat up just a little. And when those stay on that side for another minute, they'll be perfect. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead right here and we're going to throw a slice of American cheese on top of that. That way by the time the cheese gets melted, the patty will be done. Then we're going to throw a slice of American cheese on that one. Same thing there. Alright, the patties are just about done. We're going to go ahead and build this burger. This is going to be burger A right here. This is going to be burger A. We're going to go ahead and we got a nice toasting, a little bit much on that one. We got a good toasting. We're going to go ahead and put this stuff on here, the sauce. Be generous with it. I said we're going to have two different burgers, burger A and burger B. There's that. We want to put a slice of tomato, and that's all the salad, so to speak, that we're going to add to this one, the piece of tomato. Okay. Go ahead and get this out of here because this one's done toasting. That'll be for burger number 2. We'll leave all that alone. Alright. If that's in focus, we're going to add patty here. We're going to add a second patty. Covered in that American cheese. Okay. Got this thing in focus. Now we're going to put a little bit of bacon. I want this burger, burger A, to have the loose, chunky bacon, the bits and pieces. That's just the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Now, here's the onions for this one. I want these ones we fried up. We're going to put those right on top right there. If y'all can see all that. Put those right there. And we're going to crown this thing. Alright, it's time to assemble burger B. We're going to go ahead. I went ahead and got the buns and stuff ready. We're going to go ahead and slide the patty off onto the burger, onto the bottom bun rather. Go ahead and get the top patty off on there. Turn that down. Now for this one, as you can tell, we've used sliced, non-cooked onion. We also want to use a nice, flat, short pieces of bacon. Top it off. Got to have plenty of bacon on there to make a good burger. Now, we're going to top this one off, unlike the other one, with dill pickle chips, or slices. Now we're going to crown this thing. See what you think about that one. That's burger B. We're going to call it burger B. Let's get it around here where we can get a better shot. There it is. Burger B, burger A. side-by-side comparison on nice cheap paper plates. I did put this burger together upside down, and I did it on purpose. I put the stuff over on the top bun and then I flipped it over. That was on purpose because I wanted it built a different way. Leave your comments below which one you like the best. I prefer burger A with the short chipped up bacon. They come out kind of the same. This one ain't got pickles, this one does. This one's got pickles in the mix. This one's got pickles in the mix as well as slices on top. So get a little more on this one on B burger maybe, but anyway, there you go. Side-by-side comparison, two different ways of doing it, almost the same. Didn't build a salad on top of this one. Simply added a tomato and some onion. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. God bless.